because I usually do it. Hello, welcome back to the channel. I'm Davina,
And I'm Hobart.
and we moved to the Philippines not too long ago.
Uh-huh.
And we like to come on and tell you all about our move. And we recently did a series on what was our series? Like planning your trip to like your move, like your permanent move to the Philippines. So if you are looking for some tips and just kind of like inside knowledge, go check out those videos. We still gonna work on it because we got to do a series, and I think we're gonna get back to it probably sometime next week. But right now, we wanted to give you guys an update. We've been working so hard all day, and like we're literally exhausted. So wanted to give you guys an update on the construction.
All right. So construction, the structure on the side of the house, we've halted like all construction with the rest of the guys. There was a few guys that were working here on a daily basis. They were working like 6 days a week, and that stopped. I was like, we couldn't come to an agreement with the price, and so it halted. But today, well, we
Well,
finished up some stuff, right? We went outside.
Well, could I tell you that we did a walkthrough and we found some things that needed to be
Yeah, that's
repaired still. And prior to like, well, when those guys finished, like there was still a lot of stuff left behind, like debris from the construction site that needed to get worked on.
No, they cleaned up. They cleaned up pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they cleaned
I was
up.
gonna say, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
They cleaned up pretty well, but the stuff where they left all of the materials it needed to get cleaned out in order for us to kind of like get the basketball court for my son to be like going. So when the guys came back to pick up their last paycheck, right, what I owed them, I mentioned it. I was like, "Hey, there's a leak on one of the things." So the guy came back, like, fixed it all up, and in the middle of him fixing it all up, I was like, Dee and I were in the courtyard, and we're like, "Wouldn't it be nice to have like a tabletop right here to kind of whenever kids are over, whenever any kids are over, and they're playing basketball, so that we can serve them drinks." So we decided to have one of the guys, install like a table extension, and it's a bar.
It's an outdoor
Hey,
bar. Yeah.
it's an outdoor bar, and it's good. So I have one of the guys coming back, and I need to get some poles up to get some solar lights installed, and all those things. So it's good to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as construction, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and even though like we had to kind of like halt it and everything, it's at a good space. It's at a good place to wait and halt.
Mhm.
So we're happy with that.
I mean, it's like at a halt. I think the main structure is at a halt, but there's still construction happening in the house. Like the window guy came today and measured some more stuff that we're gonna have installed. That guy came and brought a few guys with him, so they can help him out with that portion of construction. And then we kind of employed them to clean up the backyard. And then one more guy came, and I was like, "Hey, I need this stuff moved." And so there's still guys here, people here at that
So I was like,
property.
no, like okay, honestly, like as soon as the construction was like quote unquote over, we both felt like relieved.
What a relief.
Relieved.
Yeah.
They were like, it was so. At one point, it was so hard on me the construction that because I was just so sick of the dust, and I told him like I can't do this. I can't do all this dust, and I'm cooking outside, and it did get to me. You
Yeah.
know.
But now it's the inside of the house is pretty much done. There's a few things like the window guy has to install some sliding windows and a few shelves in the house, but pretty much it's done. In fact, we opened up the fridge.
Yeah,
Over the
last
weekend.
night.
Yeah, so we opened up the fridge over the weekend. We started cleaning up the living room, and it's starting to
Feel
feel like we
better.
have control of the house, at least the inside
Yeah,
portion of
like for
it.
the longest time, the house has been ruling us, and
Mhm.
now it feels like we live in it.
Yeah. So even if we have construction, we don't have to stay here at the house because the stuff that's happening is in a courtyard area,
Right.
and so yeah, it's nice.
It does feel good to be able to kind of like not worry about like what's going on inside the house. And for me, the biggest problem I had was dust. Like we would clean and then it would just be dusty and it would be clean and I'd have to rewash all the dishes and re-clean. And now we're like scrubbing walls again. So it's just I'm so happy it's over.
Yeah. So but it's nice to finally get to where the kitchen needs to be, and we still have to kind of open up a few boxes, like the washer and dryer needs to get. Well,
Yeah.
you're already using the dryer, but
Yeah, but the
the
washer,
washer needs to get installed.
yeah. I got big blankets I need to wash.
Mhm. And so there's an issue though with the fridge. There's a wire, and on the manual it says I need to ground the fridge, right, to the from the back plate to a ground, that to
Like a
a grounding
or
rod,
something.
and it's yeah. I've looked all over YouTube, and I
Yeah.
found a video
You found a
of
video.
it's like, wow, it's a grounding wire, and then the guy on the YouTube video says, yeah, I checked around and I called people and they said it's not even important. You don't need to ground the wire. I'm like, that has nothing to do with the video that you said. Like,
Like
oh gosh.
why? Like I watched that whole video and it didn't even have the answers. To
Yeah, so
what it
he
was.
just the guy said just like, oh, this grounding wire, you don't
You
even
don't
need
need
it. You don't need it. Like,
you know what's interesting? Today I was working on a washing machine in the backyard, mom's washing machine that she left us. I saw the same wire. It's not grounded. It's just hanging off on the back. I will show you. Same exact wire.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
So here I am trying to be cautious. We decided not to plug in the fridge because I want to connect this ground wire to a ground, right?
Yes.
So I'm like, how am I going to put this ground wire and connect it to a copper pipe?
Now look, if you like anybody who knows us, okay, we're 20 years in the service. Okay. We understand the importance of grounding equipment. And like we've used big grounding rods and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I've been electrocuted like massively by equipment that was improperly grounded. And so and I've even been electrocuted by an old fridge here at this house
Yeah.
like 20 years ago. And so it's like I am terrified of getting shocked. And I just got shocked the other day by the microwave, the brand new microwave we just bought. I touched it and it gave me a jolt. And he's like, oh, well, that's 2020, that's 220 volts for you. And I'm thinking like, it's frying my insides, So I am like a little scared of electricity. Like
Yeah, growing up here in Philippines, I remember we had like a 110 fridge, and it was connected to a transformer. And every time I touched the fridge, I would get electrocuted. So it's not uncommon, right? Because Philippines is 220. They have the hot wire, which is 220 from the pole, and then they have the ground wire. But yeah, that's it. That's how they have it. There is no the way they wire things up here, it's not like multiple poles, red and black, and then you have your neutral, right? Here, it's just ground and hot. There's no neutral, there is no red and black, and yeah, it's just a ground wire and a hot wire, period. And so for me, it's kind of difficult to understand that, or like there's no safety features involved.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so how do we ground this fridge? And so we're both looking at each other. We both have experience in grounding equipment, and so we're kind of like reading the instructions. We're trying to understand it and grasp it, and then like we're like, I ain't plugging that thing in.
Yeah, so we're taking a precaution. I want to make sure that I ground this freaking wire, because it's pretty high voltage. Like to a point where these appliances have their own breaker box. So it's that big of
Yeah,
a deal. For me, I mean, like I just want to be cautious. It's not big of a deal. I
yeah.
can put a ground wire directly to the ground, but I don't know how far I have to drill, and
Mhm.
just put it down there. But
Yeah.
that's the easy way to do it.
So that's another thing like we're running into is like we're not sure about the installation of things because we're kind of like the layman. Just you get it out of the box, you plug it in, good to go.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like
And
that's the
YouTube don't
case.
help either
No,
because
YouTube was like, we don't use this.
there's wire, ground wire. I will show you what to do with it. And the guy at the end is like, don't even worry about it. All right, as long as it works, it works.
No way.
Horrible.
No way.
But we've unpacked it, and so it's nice. Maybe tomorrow, if we have time, we'll unpack the washer.
Ooh, that would be great. I would love to install the washer because I have blankets that are waiting to be washed.
Mhm.
Like we washed those big blankets in the mom's washer, which is like some old school washer, and like we weren't able to put it into the little dryer container that it has, like so it could like get the water off. So there we were, like wringing
Twisting
it out,
it by hand.
twisting
We're
it
just like
it's this big snake.
an anaconda.
You know,
We're like,
and it was like
twist it.
we're getting soaked, and it was just like, yeah, I don't want to do that again. I need my washer.
Yeah, but all is well. If that's our biggest problem, stress free.
Literally today I had one of those moments where I was like, I can't believe that we get to do whatever we want. Like we literally just make our day happen however we want.
Well, we did. We went shopping today. So
Yeah.
the school is doing a United Nations
Uh-huh.
pageant or something
Yeah,
like
it's like a
that. Like a
pageant.
pageant
Okay.
or United Nations costume contest.
Like these Filipinos and all their pageants.
So United Nations costume contest, right? So by default, since we're from America, the teachers really encourage the kids to get American-made outfits or represent the United
represent
States.
the U.S.
So here we are looking at all kinds of pictures, and the only ones that we see from the United States is like back in the days in the 1950s,
Like a
in
pilgrim
like
outfit.
1950s and 60s,
Oh, which one is
when
the
Uncle Sam was
Uncle
doing the
Sam.
draft, and he was like, "We want you." It's that outfit with the top hat, the full
top hat.
red and the stars, red and white and blue,
It's
stripes
like,
going
like
along,
a
like
bonnet.
yeah. I was like,
It's
what?
like-
Ugh, it's bad.
The
I was like,
costume. We're not having our kids wear that.
yeah, they had awesome like Japanese
Yeah.
costume. They had Chinese costume, great.
Mhm.
They even had a Mexican costume, okay?
Mhm.
But US,
They had the Saudi costume.
I was like,
It's
what
cute.
is
These
going
kids
on
are gonna
here?
be adorable.
The lamest US costume, and I'm like,
Yeah, he's like, let's put him in Captain America. I was
yeah, I'm like,
oh.
yeah. So
So we went looking. I mean,
we went looking yesterday,
and we
so
went to like a really like busy market.
like
Busy
this market is where you take your cloth that you want
Uh-huh.
dresses made out of,
Yeah.
and you say, I want this design on me. It's like I am impressed. All right.
Oh, okay. So we got the inside scoop from I think
The
it was
teachers.
a teacher,
Yeah, the teacher.
right? She's like, "Hey, if you can go to this market, go there." And then we were talking to one of the little kids, and she's like, "Oh, I'm going to church over in Urdaneta, and we're gonna get my dress out there." And I was like, "Huh." So we went out there.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, like, I'm impressed. Like, same day, they will take your cloth, they'll cut it to size,
Mhm.
and they'll tell you come back in 2 days,
Yeah.
right? And your dress will be done. You tell them however you want it, and
Yeah.
that's exactly what we did today.
Mhm.
We went there yesterday, and we kind
Yeah.
of looked around. We're like,
And I'm
this is
glad we
dumb.
went with just us two yesterday
Oh,
because it was very chaotic. Hi, Mike Ross.
Mike
Hello.
Ross. Yeah.
And
We were walking around. We probably walked like
Walked
5
back and
miles
forth, back and forth,
just
back and
yesterday, just
Mhm.
inside the store, and there was a lady boy. It was a it was
he's like, am I allowed
Yeah,
to
yeah.
say this?
So there was a lady boy that was like very helpful, very kind,
Very helpful.
who
But
was showing us
I
around.
feel like we could call her she.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's so nice, and she gave us fans, and she took us all around, and like she knew everybody and everything.
Yeah.
And so like she was basically like our tour guide.
She was. I was like, wow.
And
I was
she
like,
took it upon herself to take us around.
Mm-hmm. It was great. It was amazing. She took us here. She took us there. She took us like all over the place. She's like, you need this, you need that. What else do you want? Okay, come go. I mean, like she took probably an hour and a half of her time going back and forth, right? She even gave us fans, so that way she's like, and you know what? She walked very fast. Very fast. And it's like she knew everybody. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? It was like you thought that it was like a shopper, right? Nope, that was an undercover shopper. Because like she was like, "Hey, what's going on? How's it going? What you up to?" They were doing the little thing, and it was just like everywhere. It was great to see.
It was definitely like an inside scoop of culture. That culture in that market was like
she was
busy.
She was our key to the underground hookup.
Yeah, she
of
did.
Like to get the stuff done. She's like, you guys want this? Okay, all right, sounds good. Let's take you over here. What kind of clothes do you want? Okay, this is the only thing that we have,
Yeah.
But then there was one person that was like, well, what do you think about this? Oh, well, you know what? Why don't you bring your daughter tomorrow, and we will get it tailored.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, well, what do you mean? So we went there today.
Yeah, we took our kids there. It was great to kind of like get the lay of the land beforehand, so then we can get right to business with the kids, because I don't think that they would have enjoyed going all around. It was hot, and we were like, we took a long time. We both used the restroom at the end. We were like, I need to use the bathroom, because like we were just kind of like in it, deep in it. And it was so crazy and chaotic that they even opened up a market in the like while we were there, like more market was opening, and so it was like becoming like just really congested.
Yeah.
So,
and the thing is, like, we should go there at nighttime.
Was she an employee? Mike Ross wants to know.
Was she an employee? Yeah, she was an employee.
Oh, she was an employee over there.
She was an employee.
But it wasn't like a store. Like these were like lots of stalls. You know, but she knew what was up.
I mean, she
Thanks for hitting the like button.
she had the connects. She's like, no, there was, so we saw an owner, right? Mm-hmm. And he was like, take him. Why don't you guys go look at the shop down there? I have my own shop. Blah blah blah. You take them. And so she got guidance from higher echelon. And she walked us all over the place. Great.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they get some kind of cut.
Yeah.
For bringing a customer.
I am glad we did that.
Yeah.
Because it kind of
like we were lost doing it by ourselves. Like we were totally lost doing it by ourselves. And we were walking around.
We probably gained like a day and a half worth of walking around and trying to get the hookups. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is where you get this, where you get that. Mm-hmm. To a point where it's now a custom dress.
Oh yeah.
Like they basically measured, our kids, and like, oh, what do you want? What is this?
Even Hero, Hero got the hookup too.
Yeah.
And they're taking his long sleeve shirt, turning into a short sleeve shirt for him. He wanted that
because it's hot.
It's hot. I know it's December, or no, it's November, but it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
And these kids are going to be wearing these big old gowns. Himiko's going to wear a big, beautiful gown.
She's wearing that stuff underneath. What is it called?
Oh, it's like I don't know, like
petticoat,
some kind of
petticoat?
falda. Yeah.
Yeah.
A petticoat.
A petticoat.
Yeah. And
I forgot what they called it. I forgot what they called it.
I don't know. It's one of those hoops.
It's like the balloon one.
Like a
Like it's like
dress
it goes on the
thing.
hip and then it goes all the way down.
Yeah, old
Like,
school.
Old school. It's
Yeah.
nice. It's
Okay,
nice.
look, we were not gonna have Uncle Sam and Miss.
Do you have did you take pictures?
You
I
took
think I took
pictures.
pictures. I took
Oh
pictures, okay.
man, that
I
was
took
funny.
pictures.
I was
I took
like, our
pictures.
son won't wear that costume.
I took
So,
pictures.
I don't
And so
I don't think the kids win anything from the thing, from the. It's gonna be in nations. Like everybody's picking a nation or some kind of country, and they're
Okay.
all dressing up.
Here
Okay,
it
look,
is.
look, look.
here it is. Like
You guys
that
see that?
was the outfit.
And
You
we're
know,
like,
that was
we
the
ain't
outfit.
we ain't doing that.
Yeah. And so that's not happening. So that's the outfit. And it's crazy how no, my daughter wasn't gonna wear that. Like she
There
wasn't.
was other ones too. Let
And
me
so
see.
here's the other one. Here's the other one. Look this. Here's the other one. Like that. Like a midriff
What? I was like,
Tube
my daughter
top
is not wearing
with
underwear.
a jacket thing on the back,
Hello,
like
Heidi.
an eagle thing. It's nice. It definitely represents the United States.
But I was like, she ain't going out in her Chinese. No.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
there was another one. This was gonna be for like my son, right?
Yeah. We were
Like-
trying to find a boy outfit. It just wasn't
And
working
it just
out.
wasn't working out. It just
Mhm.
definitely was not working out. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we say, stay tuned to see their costume. Come back and watch our videos where we are showing you what we ended up going with. And we're renting, not buying this time.
I didn't even know you can rent.
We didn't even
I
know.
didn't know. I'm like, because we bought
They
a dress
will be
before.
hot.
Yeah, we bought a dress for her, and the dress was for
We
Filipiniana.
we got her a Filipiniana, and that cost a pretty penny. We bought him a shirt, Barone, and that cost a lot of money. And they only wore it one time.
Yeah, we didn't know we can rent.
We didn't know
Now
we could
we
rent.
know.
We just
Now
found
we
that
got
out.
the hookup.
We're like,
Next time this
wait a
thing
second.
happens, we know where to go.
Make your dress to go.
What is the
yeah.
latest name?
Yeah.
Daphne or Bethany?
Yes.
Bethany. Like,
Yeah.
No, yeah, or something like one of those names. But yeah.
And then, so Heidi's saying your sister was a princess.
You didn't know
for a
your
long
sister
time.
was a princess for a long time?
We had no idea that you could rent these things.
Yeah,
And
we
so
didn't
now
know.
we're gonna rent them.
Yeah. So Heidi is on the chat. She's saying
Hello,
that
Heidi.
this is what she said. You didn't know your sister was princess for a long time. So my sister Hazel grew up in Philippines. I mean, she went to college here, so she got all this stuff from the beginning all the way to the end.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I think
Cultural
that she was a little
experience.
spoiled in that aspect because she was given everything. You know what I mean? But you know what? Culturally, now I'm understanding. Like I thought I was like, oh, she's spoiled. She's this. She's that. She's this. Now I'm understanding it's a part of the culture. And it's the Filipinos who are like, the teachers are encouraging the kids to like, hey, you should be a part of this. You should be a part of that. And you should be a
Mhm.
part of this. That's why, right? Philippines always wins the
I was
Miss
like-
Universe pageant. You know,
I was like, dang, these Filipinos are really outgoing.
yeah,
And
very. I'm like, oh,
You know
man.
how they're doing those TikTok dances and stuff? They're doing that at the elementary school for like PE.
An entire group.
The whole school.
Hmm.
And they're doing like they're all of them. I'm
Yeah.
like, I should record this. And nobody's recording. They're
Yeah.
all exercising. They're doing their little TikToks. It's cool.
So, but yeah, my sister Hazel was a little bit spoiled. There's this thing that people do here to raise funds, right?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
unfortunate, but like this is how the schools raise funds.
Mhm.
And what they say is like, all right, this is our representative for the class, let's support this person, and they select that individual. Now it is encompassed upon the family to basically go canvass the whole town and be like, hey, support my daughter for being princess number one, blah 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 blah, whatever, right?
Uh-huh.
And so they're raising this funds, and whoever raises the most money gets to be the queen or whatever, right? And that was my sister throughout her elementary school and throughout her high school. She didn't do that for college, but she did have a debut, an 18th birthday, and yeah,
Well,
she had like extravagant. She had a freaking horse. I remember I was like I remember I was the person like guiding the horse. I stepped on horse poo. She had all kinds of extravagant kind of like things, and it's just like wow, they really. And so my sister Heidi and I, we talk about this all the time. We're like, man, our sister Hazel was spoiled as crap, and well, you know what we got nothing. Okay, we were lucky. We were lucky if we got like spaghetti for our birthday or something like that. Actually, that's what we got. Every birthday, my mom would always make us spaghetti. That's why I guess why.
But
That's why I
you're
the
like,
spaghetti.
Mom, where's my horse?
Yeah, but I never got the horse. My sister Heidi never got the horse. Well, my little brother Harold kind of got spoiled a little bit. You know, he did. He got spoiled a
The
little bit.
oldest and the baby.
The oldest and the
The
baby. The
people
ones in the middle,
The
oh, we
ones in the
struggled the
middle,
hardest.
man.
We got the spanking. You know, back in the day, you got spanked by your teacher, and then your teacher sent you to the principal. You got spanked by your principal, and then when you went home, your mom already knew, so you got spanked by your mom too. So it was like, man, it doesn't matter where you go. You go to the plaza and you're hanging out, having fun. Guess what? There's an old man that sees you, you know, playing too rough or whatever. They'll spank the crap out of you too, and then they'll walk you home so that your mom can spank you. But hey, back in the days, kids are a little bit more disciplined. Don't get me wrong, right? Compared to U.S. standards, kids here are still disciplined.
You know what though? What I'm noticing is our children are listening to us more. Our children, like for instance, we communicate with them. We tell them what we want, and they sometimes we'd be met with resistance.
Mhm.
But I noticed today that they had their head in the game, and that they weren't they didn't give me any kind of like, well, why are we doing this, or no. If I said move, they moved.
Mhm.
And so I'm really proud at how disciplined our children are becoming.
Yeah, and you know what?
Yeah, from being in this culture.
My daughter, for competing in Sudoku
Yeah.
and competing in chess, she got awarded today, and that was great. Like, I'm so proud of Himiko for putting herself out there.
She
and
sure did. She's so cute.
She's so cute. She's gotten, since we've been here, and granted, it's been 95 days, right?
Oh my god.
She's got like 5 certificates.
She's like, I'm just collecting these.
She's got 5 certificates, and I'm like, she's like, I am gonna get all of these, and she's kind of like patting herself in the back, and I'm like,
she is. She's so happy.
good for you, good for
Yes.
you, good for you. And you know, I'm like, yeah, I will definitely will support that. Yes, we will get you whatever you need to do.
And I know, like when we first got here, I don't know if you guys remember or if you guys were on the live or something, but their first day of school, I cried because I felt like they couldn't understand the language. I felt like I was actually really hurting that I was putting them into a language they didn't comprehend. And like I had a moment of like worry, like maybe I was doing the wrong thing by putting them into the Filipino like language school, the public school. And so I was actually, I don't know, like I cried. The minute people were talking to my daughter in Tagalog or Ilocano, and she just looked at them with a blank stare. And I mean, here we are, probably like 90 something days in, 95 days in,
96.
and she is thriving. Like the one person who I thought was gonna really struggle with it, she is out there. She's doing chess. She did Sudoku. And it's like she is putting herself out there. And the thing is like it's not all in Ilocano Tagalog. So my initial preconceived like idea was wrong because they teach in English.
They went out of their way to explain the Sudoku and chess rules in English.
Yes.
I mean, that's how proficient the Filipinos are here in English. They will understand what you're saying if you talk to them in English. Like little kids, elementary school kids, will, they talk to us all day. In fact, they want to practice their English on us, like little first graders, second graders, sixth graders. They'll talk to us all day when we're at the school.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They love to practice their English. They'll come over. They'll say stuff to you. We always get the salutation of the day. Um, People are always coming up and saying, "Oh, you're so beautiful. Do you think I'm handsome?" I'm like, "Okay, this is not an appropriate conversation. Get out of here." But I'm like, "No, no, you're not handsome. Go away." But it's funny, the kind of conversations that the children have, and no, I feel so much more relieved, seeing my daughter thriving. Even though she did the test, they did the test. We only been here, not even like, I guess 2 months already, right? And she took a diagnostic test, and she scored in the middle.
Yeah, she did.
And he did too. They were in the middle.
As far as reading goes, I don't know about comprehension, math. They did well in math. They did well. They did okay. Well in English. And then as far as reading in Tagalog or Ilocano, my hero knows how to like read
He can
very well.
read.
He can read. No boy can read. But then again, it's similar to Spanish, right? So they've been reading Spanish since kindergarten, and they went to school in the U.S. TK, kindergarten, first grade for
3
Hero,
years.
and then for Himiko,
4 years.
kindergarten,
Maybe 5 years.
first grade, second grade,
Third
grade, and
Spanish.
then
It was
it's
all Spanish.
So it's
Yeah.
great. What's amazing is that you're right, they are thriving. So Mike Ross, man, Mike Ross says you went to school in Philippines. How old were you when you left? Right. So I was my family migrated to the United States back in 1995. I was 11 years old, so it was rough. It was very rough. I didn't know. The only thing I knew how to say in English was yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, good morning, and that's it. I spoke 3 languages before I left. So it's called Pangalatot, Ilocano, and Tagalog. But the Pangalatot, there's only like one sentence that I know how to say now, which is Antoy ngaran mo, which means what's your name. All the other stuff I lost when I learned English, and so yeah.
And what's interesting,
But I recognize the language when people are talking it though.
So one thing about like me, and like, because we both went to school in places other than America. Like, so we have that shared experience between the two of us. Like, and so when I was in school in Mexico, I didn't speak any English when I came back to the United States. Like, none. I couldn't even read English when I came back to the United States. So it's like, okay, so I think that's another thing too, is like kind of like I was reliving my childhood when I dropped off our children to their first day of school in the Philippines. It was like they can't speak the language, and it was like me all over again, And so there was some kind of symbolism there.
Yeah. The difference is that you've been through it, and we're here to support our kids through that process.
Yes.
I think that as long as we're together, we'll be all right.
Yeah.
And the kids at one point they did struggle, but now they're like, "Oh, let's go! I'm looking forward to school."
Yeah, they look forward to school.
They love their teachers.
Mhm.
Their teachers are amazing.
Their teachers are great.
They're great. Like I don't know, the teachers this year, right? They're setting such a high standard. They're setting such a high bar.
Yes.
Like I almost want to be like, oh wow, I wish that you can be the teacher for the rest of the time that we're here. But they have to rotate out. So the teachers that they have now, they're setting such a high bar. And you know what? I am thoroughly impressed. The teachers communicate. They have high expectations of the kids. And I'm like, if you need to get mad at my kids. You need to discipline them. They need to get it from all kinds.
Yeah, and they get told to stay after class to finish their homework.
to do their writing. Mm-hmm. They don't go to recess if they don't finish their work. They don't go to lunch if they don't finish their work. Mm-hmm. They don't leave school when they don't. The teacher will sit there, and our kids aren't the only ones. There's other kids, but they're not. I don't want them to have a different standard, and that's what I told the teachers. It's like, no, the way you get mad at other kids, I want the same treatment for my children. I don't want them to be separated at all in any way, shape, or form. I want them to be looked at as, they are a part of the locals. And the sooner that you get that done, the sooner they'll be included in everything else that happens here at the school. So
Heidi's saying at least, she says they're young, they'll learn quickly. She says at least they'll blend in, unlike my Purao baby who stands out.
hey, you know what?
Yeah,
No,
you know what?
our kids still like stand out because they're the only one. Well, I wouldn't say they're the only one. They're probably the one
They're
of the
pretty
few.
tall.
Yeah, they're tall. Hero
They're
is the tallest in
tall.
his class.
Hero is the tallest
The
in his
tallest
class.
in his class. I think Himiko might be one of the tallest in her
She's-
class.
Yeah, towards the yeah.
And then they're the only ones that wear shoes every day. All the other kids
Yeah.
wear slippers. Our kids
That's true.
haven't been cultured enough that they're gonna wear slippers.
Yeah,
right?
no.
Maybe
I can't
we-
walk in those rocks with slippers. Like I get pebbles all up in my feet, and
I think during a rainy season, I think that's probably when they're. gonna
I
get
like
used
to
it.
wear my slippers
Yeah.
when it's raining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right
It
now
makes
it's
more
not
sense.
rainy season,
Makes a lot
and
of
I
sense.
think that once you get used to wearing slippers, then you'll wear slippers throughout your time. So
Yeah.
Mm.
But I mean, I'm getting too old. Like, like, where like you exercise one day and then the next day you're like in pain for like 2-3 days.
I know I went
Like
for I went,
one rock takes you out.
yeah I went for a run. So we haven't exercised for about 2 weeks, right?
Hey, we're
went walks
military
here and there.
retired, okay? Our bodies are a lot
Yeah,
older
but I'm
than-
just like no, I gotta stay
They're
fit.
in
I
pain.
gotta stay fit. I gotta be in shape. I gotta do all that stuff. So I ran 2 miles yesterday.
Hi, money printer.
And guess what? I'm hurting right now. I did hit. I ran 2 miles, and my legs are sore. I'm like I couldn't even climb upstairs. That's how sore I am. But it
Yeah.
feels great. It feels great. My cousin Archie, when I first got here the first month, he showed me around, and we were going to the gym, but that membership ended, and so I haven't gone back because he hasn't gone back. I don't think he's gone back, but
Well, it was what's that thing called? Where the politics? It was politics season.
it was politics. season,
Everybody's
yeah.
busy. We got the construction. Like I'm actually happy that construction is over because it was so hard to wake up early and like make coffee for all the guys.
Mhm.
And
Well, now that's starting up back up again because
Oh,
now we
God.
have 3 people coming back. They're
Yeah.
finishing up this little bar that we're setting up. Plus, they're doing like the basketball hoop court area, and so
Mhm.
yeah.
So we got money printer here, and he's like, "Oh my God, it's 4 a.m. Hey, good morning. We're
Yeah,
happy to
good
wake
morning,
you."
Good morning. So, what else? What else do we want to talk about?
I don't remember what I put in the title. I know we were talking about. I think we hit all the topics. So wait,
School
Oh.
education.
everything we talked about it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just feels really good to be retired, and we finally feel like we're in retired mode.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey guys, I have this theory, and my theory is, and correct me if I'm wrong, right? My theory is that the retirement age of 60, 65, 70 was generated by the government because that's
Oh.
when people start dying.
Hold on,
right?
hold on. Hobart's channel. Take one.
Yeah. So don't wait till you're about to die to retire. I think that retiring in our 30s is awesome because we get to do all these fun stuff. We get to travel the world, and we get to take care of our kids full time. We get to do whatever we want. You want to build a freaking, garage in the backyard?
A mansion in
Sure.
the backyard.
You want to build a 2-story building? Sure. You want to replace all the windows? Sure. Like it is great how we can like today. The guys came and I was like, hey, I want this done. I want this little bar or whatever, right? So that we can serve the kids here. And they're like, yep, sure, no problem, get it done. I was like, hey, we need the backyard cleaned up. They're like, oh, we'll get it done. Hey, we need this courtyard and all the supplies put over there. They'll get it done. And so at the same time, while all these things are happening, we're going to the school, we're enjoying our time with the kids, watching, go across the stage, getting
Getting a
certificates,
certificate.
taking them to the market, and getting them the United Nations outfit.
Mhm.
And so it's amazing. I
It's cool.
cannot.
I'll tell you right now, we ate McDonald's for lunch, okay? I was like, we need drive-through quick. Like we're just living our lives.
Yeah. Mike Ross says, and they keep moving the retirement age higher. Hey, Mike Ross, the reason why they keep moving the retirement age higher, do you know why? Because the life expectancy is higher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
I think
You know what? I think my theory is correct. My theory is correct. It's gotta be correct.
The oldest people are in Japan. The oldest people are in Japan.
Well, that's because they eat like vegetables all the time.
And they eat fish. And
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Speaking of old people, so there's this farmer. How old is he?
Dude.
How old is this farmer? We see him everywhere. Like he's on a bike.
He's in his late 80s. I've stopped and talked to him. Okay. He showed me like some spots on his leg that look cancerous. But he told me that the amulet around his neck keeps him alive, keeps him safe. Yeah. Now this old man, he rides his bicycle. It's a little tricycle, okay, all around town. He lives over in the banana trees. He is very thin. Like he is like way skinny, like thin.
Every time we see him, he's got something in his hands, whether it's fruits, vegetables, or fish.
Yeah,
he's always carrying food. And I was like, "What you got in your hands now?" He's like, "Oh, this is my lunch." And I'm like, "Dude,
he's a cool
he's
old
probably
man.
Bartering with people here and there.
Yeah,
like, hey, let me get some of that vegetable. I'll give you this."
This is a barter nation. Like you can literally trade people for stuff.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
You can. I mean, if you're a farmer, you're like,
barter
hey, man,
and trade.
I'll give you some rice if you give me some of that banana or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And don't get me started on the fruits and vegetables. Just so fresh, fresh.
Yeah. And what's really cool is we get imports from Australia. So that's some good food from there too.
Yeah,
and their fruits are awesome. And I'm like, heck yeah. And we get it right away. I see them open up the trucks. They're getting out all these like fruits and vegetables that just got imported. And I get excited,
Yeah. So Mike Ross says, my father-in-law is 93, still walks and still flirts with all the girls. Laugh out loud. So Mike Ross, if you didn't know this, I just want to let you know that even men at age 93 can still procreate. So, for all the passport bros out there, you know what I mean? Looking for love and you're from another country, go to an Asian country. They'll love you. I got my passport sister right here. Got my passport.
Hey, I'm told I'm beautiful all the time. Okay, I was like, dang, It's because I think I just look exotic.
Yeah.
So then, like, everybody always wants to talk to me, and I've got curly hair.
Well, everywhere we go, they're like, "You want a haircut?"
Yeah. Or do you want? Oh, would you like to buy a brush? I'm like, dang. No, I have thick curly hair. Leave me alone.
So Money Printer never stops says, your life sounds so much better. I want to be there. All right. The life in the West is not good at the moment. The way things are going, I don't see a future here, and the economy is slowing down a lot. You are lucky. I would say, hey, Money Printer, the West, I'll tell you, is the land of opportunities.
Yeah.
If you compare the West to the Asian culture, the Asian community, there's so much opportunities over there. Not here, not in Philippines. Like here, that there's not that many opportunities here because the standards of how they hire people is super high. You
gotta have a college degree to get hired at
7-Eleven. Okay, at 7-Eleven, being a cashier, they're requiring a college degree.
Yeah.
So the United States definitely set themselves up for success. I think that the the dream, right? The American
Yeah.
dream is still pretty much alive. It is still pretty much alive. And but unfortunately, Moneypreneur Never Stop. Um, People in the United States do not see the dream. They don't.
Right. Well, I think for people in the US, the dream has changed over time because it used to be like, get the house, the wife, the car, the job, right? But now it's kind of like it's evolved to make passive income. And so, like, make your money work for you is now like the dream because owning a home is not always like achievable or even like it's not worth it for some
Mhm.
people. And so they've kind of like I feel like the American dream has kind of evolved.
Yeah, I think from my perspective.
But from this country, go ahead. I know he wants to say
Good, good,
something.
good, good.
This country, I find that I'm asked by moms, like, hey, why'd you guys come here? Like, everybody's trying to go to America.
Yeah. So from my perspective, the United States still has not changed. In 1995, right? And Heidi, who's on the chat out there, can tell you that 1995, I was 11 years old. We got to the United States. About 1997, I was working under the table. I was making $5, no, $4 and some change. All right. I was washing dishes from after school until the restaurant closed. I was working at a Japanese restaurant. I think it was called Musashi, right? If you guys ever go, they were kind enough to give me a job so that way my family can scrape money together. So I was working, right, at age 13. My sister Heidi was working she was age 15 at that time. She was working at a gas station. My other sister Hazel, she was working at a restaurant, right? My mom and dad, they were working at a farm. So five people had to scrape together so that way we can pay for our the house. I think I was 14 when I finally started when we finally got the house. But no, 13. But we all five of us worked together so we can pay for electricity, all the utilities, groceries, and the mortgage. We were so poor, right, that we didn't turn the AC unit on inside the house, right? We it would didn't matter how cold it was, nobody turned the AC on, the AC unit. Oh, it doesn't matter how cold it was, we didn't turn on the heater. It didn't matter how hot it was, we didn't turn on the AC unit. And so as far as food, right? We took advantage of the free meals that were provided at school. And then so that way we were only gonna be making food at the house once, for the dinner time. And then we leftovers. We ate leftovers, and so it was rough and it was hard, but we made it.
Well, yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is like, I'm not saying that, like, what I'm saying is like, people look at America as an opportunity, and so, yes, the United States is an opportunity, especially if you're coming from another country and you're looking for like the opportunity to go to college in America, make American money. Because if you make money in America and you send it back to your home country, I mean, like, it can go a long way.
It does. It
Yeah.
does go a long way. So, I mean, Philippines is one of the highest OFWs, overseas foreign workers,
Yeah.
right? And so what they do is they go to Saudi Arabia, they go to the United States, they go to Canada, they go to Australia, and then they send money back to Philippines.
Yeah, or they
And
work
so
on the cruises too.
Philippines, if you look at like their GDP, Remitly is one of the biggest ones because a lot of Filipinos leave the country, they send their money back here, so that way the rest of the Filipinos can kind of thrive.
Right.
So, but I
right.
think the world is waking up to Philippines because there's a lot of opportunities out here now.
Well,
Not as
well,
much as
so,
they should.
So here's the thing, right? Like, okay, so I have people asking us like, why are you coming here? Like, why are you coming back? And so for us to come back is an opportunity.
So change in perspective, right? And I think that after a while, at least for us, we've worked in different capacities in the United States, and the thing is, we want the island lifestyle. We want to raise our kids where we control what they're learning, where it is centered on learning what you're supposed to learn in school, not
Right.
anything else, right? Not anything else. And so we, at this point in our life, appreciate that. That's why it's kind of like we came here, and it's the best choice that we've ever done for our kids. Are they gonna get less opportunities because they're coming here in Philippines? No, definitely
No.
not. I don't think my daughter would have competed in chess. I don't think my daughter would have competed in Sudoku. I don't think they would have been this outgoing in school, or their teachers are involved in the process and there's community. That would have never happened in the United States.
I also think that like these kinds of things are character building. Like for you to be able to be flexible and resilient in a big move like this to another country, and we are the roots of our children. We are their pillars, and so we're still going to mold them and grow. They're going to grow in the way, in the direction that we want them to go. And so for us, coming to the Philippines is not going backwards. It's an enrichment for their life.
Yeah. So money printer says, why do you need a college degree to work at 7-Eleven? So Mike Ross, you hit it right on the nail, buddy. Because there's an abundance of degree holders in Philippines.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of intelligent people in Philippines.
Yeah.
They have bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, they have doctorate degrees, right? And they're holding these positions. They're working at these department stores doing sales because that's all there is out here.
Right.
You know what I mean? The one that's making a lot of money are the doctors and the attorneys.
Yes.
The doctors and the attorneys. So, yeah. Heidi says that ramen was our best friend every day. I would say yes. Ramen was our best friend.
That's why I don't feel guilty when I make ramen once in a while. I'll be like, hey, anybody, we ain't dying.
Yeah.
We're gonna live another day.
So in middle school, the one thing that I hated for breakfast was the bean burrito. But if I didn't eat that bean burrito, I know that I would be starving at lunchtime. So we went to school in elementary and we got that bean burrito. I remember that.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you ate bean burritos, okay? That way you could like my cooking.
But yes, but it's great. I think that, a money printer never stops. I would say if you can swing it, brother, just come out here for a month, and you know what? You will look at life differently. The pace of life here is so slow. So on a family of four,
you possibly could get bored.
Yeah, you could probably get bored.
Busy.
So for a family of four, 2 kids, without the expenditure of like the lavish things, the construction and things like that, our monthly budget is $600.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, we just got a new bill.
Oh yeah, we did.
We got our electricity bill, guys. Drum roll. 14,000 peso. We increased it by 3,000 peso. That's $60.
That is, and
we increased by 60. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, we had to talk to the kids and be like, hey guys, when you leave the room and you're leaving the room for a while, turn off all the lights. You know what I mean? Turn off the AC units. But yeah, it's a lot. Holy crap, it's a lot. But that much is still nothing compared to like Manila. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we have no discipline when it comes to electricity. Okay, we need to work on it.
Yeah. And then this one over here continues to waste water.
Oh yes, I do waste water.
Mhm.
The washing machine, I forget about it. It overflows.
Yeah. 14K is a lot. It's like almost like $260. $260 USD. And then the rest of the 600 is all food. And
well, we have had construction here.
We did. And
So-
the AC units are constantly
And the
going.
AC units are going. Yeah.
Yeah.
But look at me. I'm in a blanket. I'm
Yeah.
so cold. I need a blanket.
Yeah. And it's not even summer yet. Oh my gosh. It is winter. It's like it's nice. It's nice outside. You step outside, it's kind of chilly.
People are wearing sweaters.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm still hot.
It's nice out here right now. Man, like the birth seasons are awesome. Like
Mhm.
everyone's putting their decorations up,
totally.
everyone's putting their lights up.
Mhm.
So let me tell you, there was a few kids that stopped by and they started singing caroling.
Oh yeah,
What
I
is
need
it
to
called?
go
What is
turn
it?
my
What is
light. I need to turn my light on.
Carolingers?
Carolingers.
Carolingers. And so Carol. They were
Carolers.
singing
Carolers.
carolers.
See, we don't even know English anymore.
Carol. So yeah, these kids were singing.
It was like 8:30.
Yeah, but unfortunately we were already asleep. By the time I got to like
He
where
tried
she
to
was
wake
at, I
you
tried to
up.
wake her up so she can see it, and they stopped singing. It was like, oh, well, that's unfortunate. But I hear that in December, more kids are gonna come around, and so we got to start getting food ready for these kids to start coming around and like, yeah,
He's like, we need to buy candy for the carolers.
yes, carolers.
It's cute.
Let's go caroling.
Caroling.
Sing caroling. I don't know. Whatever.
See, I don't want to be the house where people come to carol because I ain't trying to be giving handouts all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
To answer your question, Mike Ross, they are brand new AC units. We're in the 95th day mark, and I would say we started installing the AC units probably the second week that we were here. So there's 7 AC units in the house total. We're waiting for Heidi and her family to come on visit. That's why there's AC units in it throughout the house.
And Wi-Fi
And-
everywhere.
And Harold, right? So,
Yes.
oh yeah, we were supposed to talk about that, right? So a lot of
What? Go ahead.
the
you
Wi-Fi,
finish,
the
you finish.
Wi-Fi.
You can talk about it.
Yeah,
You
it's
can
all
talk
right.
about it.
We'll talk about it.
I
next
was
time.
going to say, look, we are still working on our series called Plan Your Move to the Philippines. And
Yes.
we will tell you all about the internet and everything.
For all you passport bros out there that are gamers, let me tell you, Wi-Fi here, the internet is good. If you have fiber internet, we get like 500 megabytes.
Yeah, we got fiber.
Yeah, 500 megabytes upload and 500 megabytes download. It is like that.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
good.
fast. It is very fast.
Yeah.
So, anything else you want to cover?
No, we'll say good now.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us. What?
Salamat po.
What? It would give us a new phrase. I mean, you've been... All right, guys. Live life to the fullest, and see you guys next time.
Seize the day.
Carpe diem.